we were talking about incidents earlier, but moving on to something less controversial. Have you guys been speaking to the Taliban anymore?
So, so funny thing, we last batch of 9/11 rugs we got in.
You're listening to the Art and More podcast with your hosts, Nathan and B.R. Nathan is a Canadian illustrator with a couple years of military experience, and B.R. is a British anarchist that moved to the States. Both are passionate shooters and community builders. Together, they run the Seaburn art page. Enjoy the show.
A weakness of ours, but we'll roll with it. I think last time we chatted was around, I don't know if it was the Irish defense incident.
Yeah, that was right after that happened.
Wow. What ended up happening with that?
Nothing.
Are you guys?
Nothing
you guys
ever
still,
happens.
Yeah, nothing ever happened. Are you guys still chill with the Irish?
I guess so. Haven't really heard anything, to be real with you.
We've been to Ireland actually in a connecting flight since then and haven't been arrested. So I'd say that we're in good standing with them.
I think so.
Wasn't arrested at the border. That's a win, boys. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. I'm BR, and I'm joined by my co-host Nathan, and we
Hello.
are back with the Americana Pipedream boys. We're talking to Logan and Aiden for an update, and it has been quite a minute. So last time we spoke to you guys was late March of 2023. You guys have just been blowing the fuck up. Just every time I open my phone, there's Americana Pipedream stuff. Instantly, like they've got me dialed in. And I'm now the proud owner of a British surplus police jacket, which it's a jump scare every time I see my reflection. I'm like, start running the other direction. I'm like, nah, I just got this shit on. Yeah. Oi! Are you sending mean tweets? Alright.
You got a TV license?
Your butter knife disappeared from the kitchen.
All of my knives have been blunted since I bought that jacket. It's weird.
Dude, isn't that a thing that they push every couple of years?
They had Idris Elba saying that shit.
That you have to.
Well, he's like, there's this new technology where some people might think it's silly, but it's an innovation of sorts. So you can't stab with it. You can only cut. It's like he said this seriously in an interview. So God help England, sink that country, but take all the surplus first because DPM is. How did you get your hands on British policing surplus, for the record? When I saw that, I was like, I hate this, but I do need to own some.
Honestly, I think it's a very similar system to what the military does, where the police agencies kind of just dump all their shit onto one or two private contractors and they sell it to different vendors, or you can go direct to them. Depends on who you know, and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's kind of the same. Like one of the jackets we got, like I don't think they did any processing to it, didn't check the pockets or anything. We opened up one of the pockets and there was a notebook in there with a bunch of cases and personal information in there. So that was pretty cool. And it was like from last year, like very recent.
Holy shit.
Person was seen without a mask. Person said something mean in the streets. Locked up 10 years in jail.
Actually,
A lot of what? Which?
A lot of them were domestic violence, actually.
Oh,
hell yeah, England keeping it real. Happy homes. Good luck.
Yeah, that's
just
not fantastic.
Little insight into that miserable little island. But
yeah.
So it's been a crazy few years. You guys are leading the company, blowing up, and enjoying all of the benefits of being titans of industry.
I bet you love paperwork. I bet you love like dealing with accounting and the law and everything else.
Yeah, I saw Phil from Bear Arms wearing this T-shirt once, where it was like a picture of a cat, like kind of really like shitty quality, and it just said in Comic Sans underneath it in like rainbow colors, "I love emails." I need one of those.
That's something I was like, I wanted to touch on before we get into like the more gonzo stuff, but like, you guys, everyone knows you as like the Zuma Surplus Company, and it's like, how has it been to be doing what a lot of people work their entire lives? Like people will be in your positions in like their late 40s, early 50s if they work their ass off. How has it been like, your early 20s doing this stuff?
I can't speak for Aiden on this, but I think it's aged us really quickly. Like most times, I don't even get ID'd anymore when I go buy like beer.
No.
My hairline is receding.
It's like Obama at the beginning and the end of his presidency.
I mean, we've served a president's term.
Yeah, that's wild at this point. Americana Pipe Dream has you have seen multiple presidents. Holy fuck.
Indeed.
I would just say that it's taught me that age is really just a number.
100%.
Because
clip that.
No, seriously, because I've met people younger than us trying to pursue kind of the same thing as that we've inspired into the surplus industry, and I've met people older than my grandpa doing the same thing. And it really just made me realize, it doesn't matter how old you are to try to pursue something. Society kind of makes us think that, oh, this age, you can drink alcohol. This age, you can go drive. This age, you're done with school. Well, the learning never stops. So that in turn doesn't matter what age you are, it continues to come. And you can really do anything once you're done, at least with high school. It's really your own road that you want to pave, and what you want to, I'd say, do with your life during the time that you have. And some people, they don't, they like to vacation for the first 10 years or travel. Some people, they like to work and then take a year off. And some people, they get right to the grind. And some people, they, try to climb the corporate ladder. And then all of a sudden one day they're like, nope, not for me. So it's just kind of taught me that, age is, like I said, age is just a number. So,
yeah, no, I mean, it's so cool to see, like you said, like jumping all of those life experiences. Like there is this expectation that you just like to get the American dream, you just suffer for a long period under like shitty bosses, and you just kind of figure it out, and eventually you get there, and you guys are like, let's let's give it a go, and made it happen. And I mean, been rolling for years now, and having seen, like, you guys are one of my favorite success stories I've just kind of seen from the earliest of days grow into this, like, you're unstoppable on social media, and the business itself is, thriving from everything I can see, and just like the talk of the town. Most months I see something from you guys. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool, like just constantly. And
but God, you guys look so tired.
Well, we're all a couple weeks out after shot, and I think the fatigue is just like present on everyone's face. And
yeah, it's normally this time of year when it gets like, damn, I need to take an actual vacation, and not a vacation where I stand in a room filled with cigarette smoke for a week.
That's
not surrounded relaxing. By old people. Oh God, gambling is so. I don't want to say all gambling is so depressing to me. Vegas gambling is so depressing to me. Yes. Something about it, dude.
Yes, I saw someone put 15,000 into slots this year.
Oh,
and just
no!
Going ham, and I'm like, how? Like, why and how?
Oh, it's like that video of like the woman just sitting on the slot machine and like just piss like coming just like through the seas, like oh my God. Like that's the kind of person that just chucks 15K into the slots, just I'm a winner. Like fuck, dude. Like,
I've heard this many times. They say 99% of gamblers quit right before they hit it big.
It's sad. It's sad.
I need that on a shirt. I'm going to wear that to next shot show.
Oh, God.
Guys, you go up to read night. It's time to reignite your gambling addiction.
Oh, leave the poor guy alone. I like him. I want him on. He's turned his life around. I do have a t-shirt with his face on it, though, and it's a mugshot, and it says booze cruising with my homeboy Reed Knight, and I can never wear it now that I've met the guy and I actually really like him.
Yeah. You're like, fuck, he's wholesome.
He's wholesome.
That ruins one of my shirts.
He plays bluegrass at local bars. That's awesome.
That is so cool.
God bless Reed Knight. I never thought I'd say that in my life. So how many international incidents have happened since we last spoke? Like, I feel like on this show we frequently speak about, X amount of things have happened between now and the Nashville bombing or whatever the fuck other thing you want to like.
Mhm.
How many incidents have happened for Americana Pipe Dream since the Irish MOD incident?
Oh boy.
I think
Oh boy.
I think there's only been one involving an actual government, right?
Yes, technically yes.
And
Yeah.
then the other ones have all been national press or media. So
Mhm.
I'm
Ah,
not sure to count those exactly. Um, the big one recently was we bought a bunch of Austrian camouflage jackets, like their new current issue shit. And this
mm,
shit was so hot off the presses. All the tags said made in 2023. And the troops in Lebanon, which is what this was intended for, it was like a desert camouflage, had not even been unveiled to the public at this point. And we started advertising them. And I get an email from our wholesaler one day, and he's like, "Hey, the Austrian MOD and the manufacturer saw your Instagram reel, and they really wanted to know how you got those and if they could have them back." And at that point, I think we'd sold like 2/3 of the stock
Oh
already.
yeah, we sold most of it, which I wish we had sold it all, to be honest with you, because it
Yeah.
was some cool stuff. And I mean, you should. I mean, because it's sad to what happened to the rest of it, honestly.
Yeah.
But we basically made the Austrian. Well, we didn't make them do anything. They did this with their own taxpayer money. They ended up buying it back from us at the price that we would have sold it to consumers. The rest that we had,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
which
And we ended up having to basically, they paid for the property, bought it back so it was legally theirs, and then requested that we go and shred it. So,
what?
yeah, because like we were
Ah,
like, well, listen, we're not just gonna get rid of it because like we have expenses and we bought all this stuff to sell it, and if it's just kind of gone, like that money is evaporated, like that's a
yeah.
pretty dent in the day to day. So we negotiated for a little bit, and we were like, hey, listen, we'd like to be on good terms with you guys because you surplus a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that's not like restricted or anything like this, and it's some of our best selling shit. So we don't want you to just cut off the supply. So like, listen, we'll do you a favor on this one, but just so you know, if we get this stuff again, we're gonna sell it again, and you're gonna have to do the same thing again if you want it to be removed from existence. And one of the big reasons that they gave as to why they didn't want this stuff on the market as well is because they were really concerned for some reason that it would end up in Ukraine for
What?
whatever reason. And the funniest part of all that is that the items that we bought, because we bought all of them, every last piece, there was nothing else of that particular product or camouflage on the market at the time. That was the only thing of theirs that did not end up in Ukraine because we bought it all and then sold it only within North America and did not ship it to the EU because we knew they'd probably be pissy about it.
Yeah.
With the Irish, we have the same policy, and so that was absolutely hilarious. And then there's another thing that happened right after that. About 2 weeks after we got that whole thing solved, I get a DM from a guy in Ukraine, and he says, "I have several hundred pieces of Austrian camouflage.
What?
Do you guys want to buy it?" And I said, "Hell yeah, give me all the shit." And now we have it back in stock, and it was
Austrians stay
beautiful.
mad.
not in stock quite yet. It's on the way.
No, it's here.
Oh, we got it.
It's in the warehouse right now.
Oh,
Oh,
Let's
fuck
go.
me.
oh, then let's go.
By the time this episode comes out, it'll probably all be sold.
Get it quickly before the government, tries to buy it back or something.
Yeah, no, they were anal about that last time, and I was like, dude, any
Yeah.
Chinese clothing factory could take one sample of this, replicate it, and then there'd be millions of copies on the market, and there ain't shit you can do about it.
Yeah.
It's
Could
funny
do so
that
much worse.
the EU gets very funny about the military stuff. It's like North America, it's such a big military, they just kind of presume like, oh, this is new and it's out to the public. Like the EU's like, no, this is top secret stuff, guys. Like we don't want anyone impersonating us. It's like, come the fuck on, guys. Like, is it really
Yeah.
that secret squirrel? Like, wasn't
Yeah.
there a similar thing with Norway?
With their new camo, the Flecktarn, or
Yeah. What?
Did Norway
That-
uses Flecktarn?
they have a new version. It was the one that
Ah.
Norarm got a lawsuit over.
That's right. I didn't think it was you guys. It was like Noram themselves that like had a little bit of a tiff
Mhm.
with the government.
Yeah,
Just-
that was very sad because the gear they made in that was so cool.
It went hard.
It do.
Man, was there were you guys like in talks to get any of that stuff? Or... Ah!
I can't really say.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I can't really say. The Norwegian government put in some pretty harsh terms on them about that kind of stuff. So
So you're like, avoid like the plague.
yeah, pretty much. Because I love those guys. They're so fucking cool.
No,
But
Noram.
shout out-
Cool
Yeah, shout out Norarm.
Yeah, I love those guys very much.
Are you guys like I don't know how. Are there any other North American distributors for Noram, or is it just you guys?
Just us. We are the exclusive, which
Fuck
is
yeah.
pretty cool.
No, that stuff. It's gonna be competitive too. I've been seeing people like trying to compare them to Cry. I'm like, I don't know, Cry. Like it's been Cry or Die for years, but kind of they're getting a little bit legacy with their stuff. Like to be a snob.
Well, I'll say Norarm is doing their best to try to at least be on par, if not
Better.
beat
Yeah.
and be better than the quality, as along with just the design of their. I wear their pants. It's the only tactical pants I wear,
Mhm.
and I love them, especially for riding those e-bikes that we have now. They're amazing.
Do you have like
Yes.
shop e-bikes, Americana Pipedream e-bikes? That's awesome.
Have you not seen that?
Yeah, we do. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You guys
Living
just
the
go
dream.
like I love that Americana Pipedream is like a store dedicated to side quests. And what I also love is
about
like
right.
you have everyone from like full on tactical goobers like ourselves. You selling like night vision and all sorts of like equipment and rucks and stuff like that. And then there's like probably a whole bunch of like just hipster white girls who are like, oh yeah, Americana Pipedream are great. Like look at all this surplus like cute jackets and stuff.
Yeah.
Not having
Logan's
a clue
so
about
handsome.
the other side.
Oh, no. We have a very wide customer base. It's pretty cool to see because, like, yeah, you're right. You get like in our reviews, you'll get like some dude dressed up in full kit right next to like a 5'3", 110-pound white girl,
Yeah.
camel pants for fashion. It's very interesting.
Yeah. This Flecton is based. I've got a full kit, and then just like, this is cute.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. I love it.
It's very good stability too, because I mean like the gear and like arms kind of business in this country, like we have slumps. We're probably about to hit like a really bad one now that Trump's in and everyone's kind of relaxing. You guys are just gonna keep on being like a streetwear company as well as the rest that you do, which is pretty nice in this economy.
Absolutely, I would say so.
What's up guys, BR here with a quick announcement. You've been asking about the PP.TF merch we've been rocking in our videos and photos, and we finally have an answer for you. The long-awaited launch of the Propaganda Proliferation Task Force, aka PP.TF, is just around the corner. Pre-orders will be opening February 28th at pptaskforce.com. The Art War team has been working on this project for a minute, and finally we have a way for you guys to support us more directly via shirts, hoodies, stickers, and hats. Check out our propaganda wing via the link in the description. Be sure to sign up for email notifications on the site, that's pptaskforce.com once again, and follow at pptaskforce.est23. That's our third page so far, and we haven't even launched yet, so you can stay up to date on all the latest from PP.TF. Until next time, thank you for listening. What's up everyone, BR here with a quick message from our new sponsor, Cloud Defensive. We've been huge fans of Cloud Defensive lights for quite some time. If you've been with us from the start, you've probably heard us mention Chad Defensive a number of times. Personally, I own the full-size Rain models, 1.0, 2.0, and their all-new 3.0. Every rifle needs a sling, an optic, and a light, and Cloud Defensive is consistently my choice for rifle lights. Cloud Defensive lights' durability, brightness, and top-notch design features make them a no-brainer in my rifle setups every single time. Whether you need a rifle light like the Rain, an EDC option like the MCH or Chikro Admin, or are looking forward to the EPL for handguns coming this year in 2025, Cloud Defensive has you covered. We're excited to partner with them, and as a listener, you can get 10% off site-wide using the code ARTandWar10. That's ARTandWar10. Every purchase with our code directly supports the show. Check them out via the link in the show notes or through our Seaburn Art link tree in our bio. Thanks for listening. Now let's get back to the show.
We've really been trying to branch into kind of our own apparel designed and made right here in America, which has been a huge focus on our business, especially the last year, and just the growth of projects that we have, kind of behind the scenes coming up, and just the attention to detail and the amount of effort that, again, that our focus of our company is kind of really trying to go into that light, just in case even, a surplus is finite. If it does become something that, we can't get anymore, what happens? Where do we go? What do we sell? And we believe that we can kind of deliver a product that, especially Logan, more than anyone, that instead of, like the fast fashion where you buy it, throw it out, something that's going to last you for lifetime, and that we'll back it for that as well. We really truly believe that we can do that and that we have been trying to do that. So
yeah, that's going to be the next big thing. I'm very excited. We did our first original jacket release around Black Friday of last year, and that went absolutely crazy.
Yeah, the bomber jacket. Yeah, those were dope.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we probably talked about that actually last time we came on the podcast, and we were like,
it was
we're trying.
Yeah, it was in development. It was like, oh yeah, someday, working on it. And now it's out there, and everyone's like, okay, what's next? What's the next pattern? What's gonna be the next thing from you guys?
Yeah, it's the next pattern for the jacket. It's not a pattern. The next colors are going to be like an olive drab green and like a tan, kind of like traditional workwear tan canvas. And then after that, we honestly haven't decided on the next camo pattern. It will definitely not be Bloom and Tarn. I'll say that.
And we're going to keep rotating it.
Yeah, we're going to keep rotating it and see, like, we might even do like a poll for people to decide, like narrow it down to 4 good ones and see what people pick.
I had to Google what Bloom and Turn is.
I understand.
It's so pretty.
It's the whole camouflage and surplus thing is a whole different type of autism compared to what you fellers are versed in.
Oh, this kind of goes hard, actually.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know anything. There's like entire fashion hierarchies to this.
There's a pyramid.
Yeah.
My camo autism ends at like understanding like British DPM, and the second you start getting in, I ignore Eurotrash because culturally I have to.
Yes,
like
of course.
I can point at a few on a board and name them, and like just policy. I can't be getting into that stuff. It's different and therefore wrong. It's from 100 miles in the wrong direction.
Correct. Yeah, you gotta watch yourself with that one.
No, my one of the guys I work with, he's like kind of new to shooting, and he's like your exact target demographic, and he's like, it's like, aren't these cool? And shows me a picture of his order from you guys, and it's the fucking French camo pants. I'm like, yeah, man, that's sick. I hope they don't smell. I will not be standing near you at the range.
I'm wearing those right now. They're very comfy. And they're brand new, so no smell.
Oh, that's a godsend. Yeah, never worn
not
by
like
a Frenchman.
moldy cheese and just
it smells like cigarettes and cheese.
You should censor the word French in this. Just add to the
just every single time.
Yeah, no, you can leave out the word French.
Yeah.
To be fair, I should also censor the word British because it is also distasteful.
Yeah.
I do everyone a favor. Every time I comment on Americana Pipedream stuff, I generally do censor British in some way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we were talking about incidents earlier, but moving on to something less controversial. Have you guys been speaking to the Taliban anymore?
So funny thing, last batch of 9/11 rugs we got in, I wanted to see like what the Afghan take on that was, because I've never heard an Afghan's honest opinion about it. I've only ever heard Pakistanis and Americans and Western people for the most part. So I don't know if this account was real, but I went on Twitter and I was like, I should message a Taliban government official and just send them a picture of the rug and be like, this was made in your country. Like, what do you think about this? So I messaged a guy who was supposedly in their defense ministry, and I was like, yo, what's the like cultural context behind this? And he was like, brother, I have never seen such a rug. Oh, interesting. Okay. So that's about the extent of it. I mean,
Huh.
I thought it would be cool to kind of see because, like, you know, that's the government in Afghanistan now. So
Yeah, I mean they went from taking pop shots at foreigners to like working office jobs, and I'm like,
mhm.
I mean I would love to speak to some Taliban guys. That's gonna be the thing that people get very. I would love a Taliban guest
We
on.
had I corresponded with him for a little bit, and then he just kind of dropped off. I had a former ANA guy spoke like passable English. I think he like never read it or anything, and then his Instagram just disappeared. I hope he's not dead. But
Wait,
right after the fall, huh?
I'm sorry, are you saying former? Because we're talking about a Taliban member, and you go former ANA. I'm like, are they just
Yeah, but half of the Taliban's former ANA at this point.
Yeah.
which the based question mark? But
Yeah. But someone put us in contact, and hopefully he's not dead. Regardless, if someone knows a Taliban person who just wants to come shoot the shit, Art and War has a platform for you. Please don't kill us, CIA.
I mean, you could probably ask Lord Miles. You probably know
Yes,
the guy.
yes, I want him. Lucas has talked about him. He's a British fella that just disappeared for a while in Afghanistan. Now he's just friends with them all.
Yeah, he's offering tours to Afghanistan, by the way, if you guys want to go.
Yes.
We've thought about it. But,
Dude, you guys should 100%.
Oh God, I don't know. Like the idea sounds great. Like it sounds very interesting.
well, me and Mac were up for it. We were going to go to Pakistan because our last batch of cheetahs didn't end up working out. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea to have all of the executive leadership of APD.
life insurance policies need to be taken out.
Yeah.
you just leave like an envelope of cash in the safe and instruct one of your dudes. You're like, all right, if you don't hear from us, send this money to Pakistan.
Yeah. Wipe all our browser histories. Just
Please, brother, you must do this for me.
Yeah, no, that'd be interesting, but it seems a little sketchy. I can't.
Yeah.
lie.
I think they're good people. You know, as long as you're good to them, they'll be good to you. You know,
Yeah.
Well, most of them.
And you're not a woman.
There's
Yeah.
great people on both sides. That's all I'm saying. No, that's. I'm so upset that they dug trenches at Chernobyl, because that was like a thing me and my mates back when we were like young photographers wanted to go and travel to Ukraine and do like the unguided Chernobyl tour. And it's just like, and same thing with Afghanistan, like seeing all those old Vice documentaries where it was like, oh yeah, go to Pakistan and tour the gun market. And it's like, man, a young white boy yearns for dangerous adventures that he should definitely not be on.
Yeah.
And now one is like, yes, you absolutely will die of radiation or mines, and the other is you will be kidnapped and ransomed back to your government. It's like, man, why can't like esoteric adventures be fun and like just like reasonably dangerous, not like overtly you will die dangerous? Like,
Dude, just pretend you're Canadian. They will not like pay any ransom. They'll just like kill you when you get back.
like, oh, you're depressed from your time in Taliban hands. How about
Like
you
Trudeau
kill yourself?
just injects you with like bleach.
Oh God. Yeah, no.
So
when I,
Interesting.
oh, that. What were you gonna say? Nate?
I was going to say when I was young and traveling, especially in the Middle East, I was always told like put a Canadian flag in your bag, like make sure they know you're not American.
Yeah.
But admittedly, this was a little more like middle G watt, so I don't really know the relation, the dynamics now.
Yeah, no, it's got to be weird. It's got to be
Yeah.
very, very weird. Like,
Yeah.
where do we stand? Where do we stand with them? I know we were giving them a lot of money, but
Yeah.
A lot of
I don't know if that necessarily makes them be like, hey, yeah, Americans can come do tourism.
You guys
here.
are pretty chill, actually.
Yeah.
Keep sending
Just
the
like, hey,
pound money.
Abdul, I'll give you $500 US for those quad nods. Like,
Oh
Yeah,
man,
the amount of ITAR regulated shit like just going around in Afghanistan right now in the black
dude,
market.
it's wild. I saw a photo of like a guy with his sheep, and he's just grinning, and he's got a helmet with quad nods on him.
I mean, dude, to be a shepherd with quads, like, that honestly, fuck everything I do to make money in real life. I would love to just be an Afghani shepherd with quad nods, like, and a simple life. I just gotta keep the fucking wolves away.
an IQ of like 75. Like, you're just happy all the
Oh,
time.
oh god.
Sounds pretty nice,
I,
honestly.
dr- I competitively drink to try and get there and bash my head against a brick wall every chance I get.
Oh god.
What?
Yeah, I remember when the fall of Afghanistan happens. Someone tipped me off to this. Just like immediately go on Kuwaiti eBay. Just like
Yes.
immediately there's just all sorts of shit. I would like it was all MSRP. Like it was all the kind of like the people putting it up knew what they were doing.
Damn it.
So, but
Getting every
it was
dollar they can.
yeah,
Oh, you best believe we were looking at pecs.
yeah. Pack 15s. They were like $3,500. Like you can get them on
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace for less.
yeah,
Yeah.
they got that shit for free and they're charging retail price.
Yeah,
And bless that they didn't have 75 IQs.
yeah,
They're smart.
yeah.
Did you guys ever get anyone reaching out from Afghanistan after the fall trying to sell you guys American surplus?
I don't think so. No.
Ah, man, that
We had one guy. We couldn't figure out the logistics, but I don't know if he was.
That
in
was from
true-
Iraq.
Oh, that was Iraq.
Really?
Yeah.
Different guy. He wanted to sell us a bunch of GWAT era, like chocolate chip and 3-color desert
It's
stuff.
pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
the Iraqi army, but it was like, how the fuck are you going to get a container in there?
And the shipping, we tried to ship it like via normal mail, and it was like, it would have priced it out of the wazoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the prices we would have had to ask people would be entirely unreasonable for what the
Yeah.
product is. So it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
yeah, just no, it has a really cool story. Eh,
No one cares.
yeah, I just want to wear this to the bar, dude.
Yeah, no.
One of my favorite things, and this is kind of unrelated, was last time I was in Fayetteville. God, how long ago was this? Like 2 years? Oh, a hot minute.
Yeah, it was yeah. So
Just,
for anyone who
like, driving-
doesn't know,
Yeah.
Fayetteville is like the place to go for things falling off of trucks, and then like the surplus stores there get raided all the time because people are stupid. Which
Mhm.
Yeah.
God bless them.
But it was my first time like logically being aware of the whole surplus economy. And it makes sense, you know, they're a military based town. Half of the town is going to be surplus. But like walking into the back rooms at AWS and the warehouses of just like stuff that came back and was surplused immediately. And out of curiosity in one of them, I started going through pockets of all these surplus taps rigs that came back, and they're just sitting in massive containers, like just piles and piles and piles of them, and finding like notes in Arabic and personal items, and like none of these had been cleaned through. You guys ever find anything really fucking cool?
Found a British guy's passport last time.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, fuck
it
no.
sucks to suck.
Yeah.
Did you like find him on Facebook or something?
No, we couldn't find him. I think I just shredded it. Because like it was
Yeah.
either that or mail it back to the British embassy and then they shred it. And I was like, well,
Yeah. Well, fuck them.
why?
Don't make their job any easier.
Yeah, no. So we found that. That was recent. We probably found some other weird shit.
There's notes in tons of the pockets. I mean, just normal nooks and crannies, such as pens, pencils, love notes, even pictures. And a lot of it we sometimes even miss because it's like just a piece of paper in a pocket. And if we can't feel it on the outside, it's not like we check always all the pockets of all the surplus we send out. And I know our customers have even found some crazy notes as well. I mean, even going through, some of our reviews have even snapped notes.
Came
and
with
whatnot.
a free love letter.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh yeah, I got an extra gift with my surplus, but well, I mean, people love it. Actually, it kind of adds, to that authenticity of getting a surplus item. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I got a
sometimes-
smock and 2 crumpled cigarettes. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or like a lot of the Greek stuff we get will have like rolling papers and tobacco instead of
some
cigarette butts.
cigarellos too.
Yeah, like they smoke some different shit over there in Greece, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
God, that's the worst
Europeans,
thing about
I don't know
Yeah.
how they survive. Just the sheer amount of nicotine that goes through their system. Last
Oh.
time our friend Lucas was up, he gave me one of those little like nicotine patches, like snus or like
All the
what-
snooze ones are brutal.
Yeah, man, I almost threw up. I was in the best mood of my life, retching over the toilet, like sweating from every pore, but I just wanted to like text people and tell them I loved them. I was nicked out.
nicotine, like, of all the drugs I've done, nicotine is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All of the guys at my work, like, they hit those fucking, like, Raz, fucking vape
Vapes.
things, like it's a pacifier. And, like, today was a long day, so this, like, was hours ago. Today was a long day, and I'm just like, fuck it, let me hit it. They had it on like the super heat mode or whatever. Like I was not prepared to
Burn
this.
your
Like,
lungs.
yeah. I don't smoke cigarettes or do any of that. And so I take a good hit and I breathe out and my buddy's like, oh, he didn't even cough. And I'm just sitting there like, like absolutely wired instantly. Like, oh yeah, you got a good hit with that, huh? I'm just like, oh fuck, this is a thing now. I thought it was just like a cigarette. I'm so fucking ignorant.
No, vapes are way worse than I think probably any other form of nicotine consumption.
It's an evil drug.
Yeah, it's bad.
I was not prepared because I see guys just hit them so casually all day long, and I'm like, okay, this is how you guys live your lives. Holy fuck,
Dude,
Like,
we're millennials talking to Zoomers. Like,
I know
our bodies are not built for that fucking.
No. It's like, how do you guys do this all day? What the fuck?
The dopamine receptors are just fried, so that it
Completely.
has no effect anymore.
Yeah, like
you-
one of the guys from Varus Taleka that we met with this year at Shot.
He tried to give me an 18 milligram
what, like a snooze?
snooze or something, and I
Oh
looked.
yeah.
I've been trying. I've been off nicotine since that was my New Year's resolution. I haven't done any nicotine since. And he pulls out. He's like, "Oh, you want to try one of these?" And I'm like, and he's like, 18 milligrams, and I'm like, I'm gonna be booting on the table if you give me one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, a normal Zin is like what, like
4 to 6. So it's like 3 times the power, almost
Uh-huh.
4 times
As-
the power of a Zin.
A Zin would have me drooling all down myself.
yeah. Now
Same.
imagine that, but 3 or 4 times.
Fucking
Oh,
You'd
jeez.
die.
Speaking of Varus Taleka, like I fucking love those guys, but
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
we all got together on Tuesday, and I asked them a question. BR, you remember
Oh,
what this question is?
no.
Oh,
Go
come on.
Go on,
Come on.
proceed.
Okay. It's a little thought experiment I'm going to start doing with people on the show. So, say you have your best friend, right? Your best friend in the fucking world, your ride or die. Hey, say it's each other's. So the other person, your best friend, gets in a motorcycle accident, and they just absolutely mangle their fucking leg. It's gone. Irredeemably, it is fucked. So they have to go to the hospital and get it amputated. So a couple days later, you haven't heard from your friend in a little bit, and they call you out of the blue. And they say, hey, I'm sorry I've been gone. I'm recovering okay. Shit's pretty fucked up right now, but I'm doing all right, so you don't have to worry about me. I'm of sound mind. I've got a really weird request for you. My leg got cut off. I slipped the doctor $20, and I got to bring it home. I have hired. Who's your favorite chef?
No one has a favorite chef.
I have a favorite chef. It's Guy Fieri. Okay, he takes me to Flavor Town. Only you don't have a favorite chef.
Oddly based.
Literally just you. I've hired. Okay, so we've hired, for me, it'd be Guy Fieri or like I don't know, could be your mom even. Like whoever is your favorite.
We've hired your
know.
mum.
We've hired your mom to prepare this into a meal that is entirely like you cannot tell that is human flesh. Like it could be tacos, it could be like beef bulgogi, it could be whatever. I want you to come over and eat it with me. I want you and a couple of my best friends to come over, and we're just going to share this meal together. Would you do it? Keep in mind, it is entirely ethical. No one is, they're of sound mind. No one was hurt. The leg's gone anyways. If you don't do it, it's just going to get scraped into the garbage can. Are you going to partake in some of the long pig?
No.
So, you know what? Fuck it. Sure.
The duality of man.
The duality of man. Okay, genuinely, right now we're running it like a basically 50-50. It's the complete duality of man. I have not asked a question that is more perfectly split down the middle.
Even this show is split down the middle.
Actually,
half of the podcast has said, fuck yeah, and half the podcast has gone, I would shoot my friend because I love him, and I need his suffering to end, whatever this is.
That sounds disgusting. But,
but like a little bit of you is curious, aren't they? Just a touch.
Now, the reason Nathan brings this up right after Veristaleka is because, and we will not indicate who of the Veristaleka crew, because that is between them, God, and us, to say on the show, should they ever want to. But, actually, all of the Veristaleka crew that we asked...
Every single Veristaleka person that we asked said yes, and there was no hesitation.
And, like, very enthusiastically.
Yes.
So...
I remember one of them was like, yeah, we talked about this on the way here. Yes.
Yeah, that was the concerning thing.
That sounds like
yeah,
they were wargaming
cannibalism
on the plane.
That's what they call sisu in Finland, right?
Grit.
They're guys, though. I will say that they are one of the most. I heard some of the most funniest stories that I had from the group of Veristaleka. They good guys over there. They really are.
They are. I love those guys.
It made me laugh quite a bit. So
those winters, they do something to a man, and it makes them into basically the Donner Party, I guess, is what that does. You get cold enough, and Buddy starts looking rather tasty. Nathan, that's why you're on team ethical cannibalism. It's because you've been frozen so fucking much. Like now
there is a correlation between people in the cold countries, I think. Yeah, now I think about it, a very extreme correlation. I just choose the funniest option because that's basically all I do. You were horrified. I don't think you expected as many people to say yes as did. We were at the Recon Sniper Foundation, and every single military person said yes.
I mean, that tracks.
That
makes all the sense in the world.
It was a Marine bar. Like, those guys, they're ready to eat another human being at the drop of a hat. So
yeah. I think one of the organizers himself was like, "Yeah, they wouldn't even have to be my friend. I just do it.
It wouldn't be the first time."
Yeah.
What? Wait, what did you say?
Come on,
yeah, we had to do that on deployment once.
Yeah. I am so sorry for derailing us really hard. I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. Finnish people, I think.
We could talk about this for the rest of the show.
This is now an ethical cannibalism podcast.
BR, if you asked me to, I would eat your leg.
I'm delighted by that, buddy. I will keep that option in mind.
That was a for sure yes.
Yeah. You prepare that shit like fucking Popeyes, I'll do it for free. I don't even have to know you.
That's true,
actually. No wonder you got fucking gout. You like Popeyes that much?
Dude, I found out I had gout because of Popeyes. SHOT Show, year 2, Popeyes in the lobby of my hotel. Woke up and I couldn't walk.
Dude, Popeyes will do that to a motherfucker. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Literally did
Popeyes.
too.
Yeah.
Here's the like, I've admitted on this show before, Popeyes also does have my heart. Like, I would fight
Yeah.
for Popeyes LLC if requested.
Dude, same. Dude,
It's
I would
like-
take over the Gaza Strip for Popeyes. I would
Oh,
give
100,
60.
yeah.
Um, Genuinely though, I think there's an extreme correlation with like how likely you are to get shot at a restaurant and the quality of the food.
Yes, 100%.
Like Popeyes and Waffle House kind of being at the top of that hierarchy.
Yeah,
Good food
like,
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing food.
and you bring
You
back to
said
Olive
higher
Garden.
the higher the
like-
death ratio, the better the food.
It's really our primal urge. Like, there is inherent danger in hunting something and then harvesting its meat. So if there's like
Yeah.
gunfire and chaos going around as I'm ordering my 5-piece, chicken tender meal, and they're struggling to understand me saying ranch, I'm like, ranch, and they're like, what? Fries? No, ranch. Like, and there's gunfire going off. Like, that's dangerous. That's like me hunting a saber-toothed tiger or something. Plugs into my primal brain.
I remember we went to a Waffle House when I went to visit you.
When we popped Nathan's Waffle House cherry.
Waffle House cherry. I was carrying around a little bottle of maple syrup.
Which is good because the slop they serve there is not maple syrup. It is some amalgamation.
It's literally just like corn syrup, like tinted brown, but it's so fucking good.
the regular Waffle House food.
No,
Yeah.
the maple syrup specifically.
Oh,
It
that
sounds
stuff.
like no.
That will give a motherfucker gout.
Yeah, but it's so good. I started a gout medication now. I haven't had an attack in a long time. No one cares. This is bad listening, but I don't care.
No, American healthcare has enabled Nathan to now eat like an American, which is
Yeah, it's kind of dope. Like I don't know how healthcare is around the rest of this country, but I just went into a place. I paid like $30 to get seen and get a prescription. Had my blood work done for another 50, and was like out the door. I'm like, oh shit, I guess I don't have gout anymore.
how many
Hell
times
yeah.
did they say that you could
Tickle.
yourself if you wanted to?
They didn't offer me death once. I like no people hiding around the corner with like needles full of weird liquids. Like the place was clean. The place was actually clean. I had a situation actually last week where I went out to do errands with a guy. Just like from the gun club I volunteer RSO at. I won't dox him by his request. But you know, afterwards we just got dinner at a local Chinese restaurant, and he choked on water really badly halfway through.
yeah.
I like he had beef bulgogi in his mouth, and it just clogged his airway, and I had to take him to the hospital. He's like
Bruh.
in the Chinese restaurant, vomiting water everywhere. Like it's really weird. He can't talk. I shove him in my Prius and I drive him to the hospital. And it was my first experience in like an American emergency room. Super weird. No dirt, no cockroaches. Everyone called me sir. People kept on offering to get me chairs. I don't know if this is the norm here, but like it was polite and clean and nice. No one wanted to kill me. No one offered him or me suicide. This is
You're
only
also
like
quite rural, so like usually there'd be someone with like multiple people with multiple gunshot wounds, just kind of like chilling there, waiting their turn. There'd be a guy on fire in the corner, like
yeah. There was no one in this waiting room. We just got seen immediately, and I don't know why. Like it felt very weird to have like healthcare staff like use terms of deference, if that makes any sense. Like sir, it was weird. It was weird.
instead of hey fuckface, what do you need?
Yeah. Just like, what do you want?
They
So,
want
okay,
money. That's what
yeah,
they want.
yeah.
That's why it
It's-
was so nice.
Yeah, like healthcare is a service industry here, and I have not internalized that yet.
You wait
Yeah.
till you have to go yourself and you get hit with the bill 30 days later and you're like,
Oh yeah, fuck
did
that.
I just do?
yeah.
being called sir will be a line item for like $50.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Like fuck.
Yeah,
You gotta pay for that.
yeah. It's that like speed, quality, cost triangle. I don't know. I used to work at a hospital way back in the day, just like
Really?
fixing. Yeah,
I've never
Like-
heard this.
it never came up. You never
I've known-
asked.
Oh my god, I've known Nathan like 4 years, and just
More than
randomly
that,
sometimes.
motherfucker.
What? I've been in the country like 6.
I don't know, 4.5 maybe. More than that, motherfucker.
Okay, sorry, fuck.
Yes. But gosh, what was I talking about again?
Working in a hospital.
Right, I
Which
worked in a hospital.
We've all
I
heard
just
for the first time today.
Yeah, no, I fixed like machines just here and there, just like monkey work. I got paid like I want to say $14 an hour Canadian. Like like the, like a wrench monkey for the gates that open when you drive into the hospital, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was a very college job, and this was a fucking minute ago. I remember going in, and this is the largest hospital, like probably in the Tri-Province area. And one day I saw like in the corner, in a pile of dust and dirt, and there's like the end of a piece of sausage. Like someone just ate a sausage, and like a thumbnail sized piece was left, and they just threw it into the corner. So my coworkers and I started putting like cash bets down on how long that would be there, and I think it was 3 or 4 months.
God damn.
Yeah.
Canada.
Canadian healthcare.
It's beautiful.
It's
Sterile.
it's free if you ever get it.
There you go.
Yeah.
The sausage is definitely free.
Oh, the sausage was free. Someone probably ate it.
Grim.
But yeah, no, it like it looked like Silent Hill, dude. Like it was not great.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
Every story about Canadian healthcare I hear from you, don't get me wrong, British healthcare was fucking like terrifying, but like, good
Yeah.
lord, Canada's like something else.
Keep in mind, I will play a little bit of devil's advocate. I'm from the East Coast, and it's even worse than normal. Occasionally, someone from like Toronto or something will come and be like, "Oh, no, it's not that bad," but they still live in Canada, so get fucked, nerd.
Well, moving away from Canadian healthcare, back to the AP boys. We met like a lot more of your team this year, and it's really cool seeing kind of the people you're able to surround yourselves with. Like, how's it been building out the team like since we last talked?
It's been very interesting. I don't remember how many employees we had when last we talked. I feel like it was probably, I know for sure we had Mac and we had Ian. We probably had about 5 to 6.
Yeah, because it was still like when we last talked, it was still very much like the guys you began with, and like hiring kind of like friends, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Like, has it grown to like less? Is it still like bringing in homies to work with you, or is it now more like regular business, like trying to find talent?
It's a little bit of both. Most of the people that we've hired, I think we're at a team of about 21 or 22 full timers and about 4 or 5 part timers. Is that about right?
Roughly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Including us.
Yeah. We've been able to hire, I mean, most of the friends that, are in the area that we think that would work good with our company, as well as we really try to consider it that it, isn't going to hurt our friendship if we employ them.
Yeah.
It's a thing that we really try to think about. But we brought some random people. I even brought some people from my old job over. We have 2 people. I used to work at Best Buy, funny thing enough. And I brought over 2 people from there that has actually worked out pretty good, and they definitely diversify the team a little bit, which is cool. And we have hired since then 2 completely random people that have had no association with us at all, which have been an interesting experience, and also kind of diversifying the team a little bit in terms of hobbies, strengths, and even age, which is all really cool things. But altogether, I mean, we still really consider ourselves a family of friends, everyone that we work with, even the random people, I'd say, I mean, I love them to death. I wouldn't have it any other way. So,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, the company culture really hasn't changed
too
At
much.
all.
I'd say a little bit.
Yeah,
but
just because of how large it's gotten, like it's quadrupled in size almost. But the overall message and the culture that we push has been the same.
Yeah, like when just being around your team, like even a little bit at shot, like everyone, obviously you guys are like super approachable to all your guys. It seems like a pretty unique dynamic compared to what a lot of people are used to, where it's like management is kind of on this higher tier above everyone else, and like they're a little unapproachable, and there's like natural age gaps and all the rest of it. God damn, I hate that there's a group chat in here. um, Nathan, God damn it. Do you guys have any employees that are like older than you?
We
yeah.
have one guy that's
No, we can't say his age. You
Sorry.
don't know how old he is. Maybe bleep
Yeah,
that
yep,
out.
we got you. We got you.
Referred to affectionately by
That's
everyone as
violation,
dad.
Logan.
my bad.
No, but we definitely have diversified between I'll just say all the levels of diversification. However, regardless of the age, regardless of where any of our guys have come from, we really have been able to form a family. And I truly like to say that all the people that work for us, I think, feel that they are as just a part of the company as even me and Logan, even though we may be, the owners. And we've actually have one official manager now and one team lead that leads our whole fulfillment division. And even between those guys, I feel that, and our goal is to make, no matter what position you have, no matter what part or job you work in the company, that you are just as important as the people on top. And we kind of have a bonus structure too that kind of shows that, regardless of what level you're at, as long as the company is doing well, you're all going to do well as well. And obviously, if you're, late 8 times or something like that, that may affect your bonus or something like that. But the bonus is based on, how well the company is doing and the performance as all. Because from the customer service to the fulfillment to the sorting guys to the marketing guys, and even we have a guy who kind of does everything. If we didn't have just one of those departments or people doing those jobs, the whole thing would fall apart. So each and every one of the people that we have a part of our family is just as important no matter what they do. And we've really tried to grow that as part of the culture. At least I believe in terms of company culture that we've formed over the last probably 2 years, even since we've talked to you guys about it. I mean, you can give your insight on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's people get their shit done, which is obviously the cornerstone of any successful business, but it's not like, damn, my manager is going to make me feel like shit every time I go into work type thing. Like, and I want to emphasize too, like when we say family, it's not like family in the sense of like, yeah, we'll throw you a pizza party every 2 quarters.
Yeah. Gun to my head, we are a family vibe.
No,
You ever
it's
watch
like,
the show Severance?
I don't think so.
I've heard of it though.
It's good. No one's watched it, so I'm not going to get into it. But like the corporate family thing has always, I don't want to say freaked me out, but it just feels so
it puts
insincere.
bugs under my skin. Yeah.
Because that feels like culty. Because like it's not a family if everyone within that family is not taken care of. And like for example, like if you call your boss and you're like, yo, my mom's sick, like she's in the hospital, and he says you have to come into work, like, dude, you can't call that a family. Like that doesn't make any sense. So it's like making all the room that we possibly can for the guys' personal lives and what they need to do, and making sure that they can, not live paycheck to paycheck. All of those things
and
feed
like
into that.
to
Plus,
even bring up like the e-bikes, to kind of go off that wasn't a thing that me and Logan were really entirely interested in. That actually came as inspiration from some of our fulfillment employees. And we like to, as like the side quests, is art and is inspired by a lot of the other people that work here. And we want to make sure that everyone has a passion, not just for what the company's doing, whether they like surplus or not, but also have a passion for the people they work with, the things that they sell and send out, and what we as a company, our values, ethics, and morals are as a group, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's worked out pretty good.
I'd say so.
That's it's one of those things like even if you only work like a couple of years, I mean, even just doing the Best Buy thing, like just having a little bit of exposure to that world, like it probably gave you enough insight where you're like, yeah, like I want a radically different work environment from that. Not saying
Correct.
like Best Buy is a shithole or anything, but in any like big chain of any big chain enterprise, like you're gonna have your very basic like, okay, this dude runs a Best Buy, he's probably thinks the world of the brand, and it's just kind of this like when you're in something that doesn't have too much heart, and it's like we're a family, like isn't this great? And you're like, this isn't the last stop for me, guy. Like I know, with love, I know you've given up. I haven't.
Yeah, well, and to go off of what you just said, while I was there, I worked for Best Buy for over 4.5 years. And about 2 years in, they pay cut every floor employee at Best Buy, including myself. And it was a really culture shock amongst all of the people that worked there for years, who had even some people, and actually one of the guys that we employ now had worked there for over 15 plus years. And for something like that to, you know, just kind of like your hard work over those years to just be cut in front of you, and also not only but to see these people try to still work their asses off for this company that literally just kind of spat in their face. It was really a shock to me, to like a wake-up call. Like, I don't ever want that to be something that we'd ever have to do or even consider doing in our company. And Logan used to work for a restoration company. I mean, you did some gruesome work. So both of us come
I'm
from.
so curious.
Oh yeah, he's got some stories. I'll tell you that.
What kind of restoration work?
Oh yeah.
Mold remediation, water damage, fire
Oh
damage,
joy.
carpet cleaning, and trauma and biohazard.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, that was epic. That was so epic. Being 18-year-old me and like being like, yeah, so the boss wants you to take this trauma certification course, and then the course
What?
the course is cleaning up and bagging like rotten meat in a building without AC in the summer to train for like having to pick up like dead people and whatnot, because like, you gotta get used to the smell. When I was your age, I held a young man's brain in my hand after his mom called me because he killed himself. And I'm like,
Fucking
okay,
hell.
dude, great. Hey, what's the hazard pay on this?
$14.50 an hour is the best I can do.
Yeah, thankfully, like they paid triple time for that, so like it wasn't that bad. But
Yeah.
that was a hell of a thing.
I think it's actually one thing that motivated you really to want to actually pursue and start Americana Pipedream was that job.
Because
Actually,
it was so shitty, I didn't want to do it anymore.
You would come over to the house. You know, I had a house with a couple buddies at the time. Some of them actually work for us now. And Logan would come over and he'd hang out there as if he lived there, basically. And he would just complain about this restoration job. And we're like, dude, you got this historical page on Instagram with all these followers. Like, why don't you like try to monetize it? And then one day, I think you had enough, and boom, kind of the start of Americana Pipedream. With, to be honest with you,
Yeah, no.
That's incredible.
Now you need an accountant. Now you got to deal with CEO shit, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean it's better than cleaning up week-old blood off the floor.
Very much.
yes. And accounting isn't too bad. It's just a very scary idea. I did the accounting for the first 2 years, actually.
Yeah, and all of our taxes.
Yeah, and all of our taxes. That was daunting. I'll say that. But
Oh god.
I did not envy you at all.
no, but we made it through it, and now we outsource our accounting, so it's a third party who does our finances. So I can say to the government, it's not my fault that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Oh god. There is something very motivating about a miserable situation, which sucks. And it's like it's one of those things that I think like our kind of age group really tussle with is like everyone obviously wants like the comfort of like the easiest route, and but like you do need a little bit of like light human suffering breeds a lot of character and a lot of drive.
Mhm.
And if you never have the suffering element and you only have it easy, like those people are extremely uninteresting and really don't make like amazing things happen. It's the
Yeah.
people that have like had just dog shit fucking days that end with like a 32 case of beer and just like, okay, yep, I need to do something different because what the fuck am I doing? This is not
Yeah.
permanent.
You need stuff like that if you want to be successful. That's otherwise it's just like, what's the point?
I feel like too, like something that helped at least you and me, especially being as young as we are, is obviously both came from very different households, and you cut in anytime you want, but at least my household really motivated me. Like I didn't get an allowance, I didn't get any of that stuff as a kid. I know you really didn't either.
Same here. Yeah.
And we were kind of forced, regardless of how well our families were off, we were forced to kind of be pushed out there and say, hey, well, you want this? Well, you got to go work for it. I don't care that you're 10 years old. Go mow the neighbor's lawn, know? And that also, I feel like has had a big impact on us being able to do. And honestly, I thank at least my parents for the way that they treated me as a kid, because it's made me who I am today. And I think your parents as well. I mean, Steve especially, and your mom. Oh my gosh, she's so funny.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, they're amazing people, but they are what crafted us to be the team that we are together. So, yeah, shout out our parents, I guess.
Very true.
That's I think it must be the same for you, Nathan. Like being like a young creative, it was like, okay, well, I got to figure out like how to make money. And it's either like you were saying, like wrenching on things, or you're either doing like graphic design, like trying to sell someone a logo that you spend hours on for like $5 a piece. Oh, I remember.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
Yeah?
I remember arguing with fucking punk bands in my hometown. Like I drew them up. I used to do like posters for some of the local bands, and like afterwards, like I did a couple where I do some like scratchy illustrations of like a band, basically like represent a band's name with like an illustration, and like the whole thing would take hours and hours, and then afterwards, like, oh dude, that's a sick poster. Like, can we buy the illustration like as a logo? I'm like, oh yeah, dude, like you can have the rights like forever to that image. I'll give you any size you want of it for like like 5-10 pounds or something, because I like the band. Like they're like, dude, you've already drawn it. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Seriously?
Yeah. That still happens to me here and there, but like
It's
I
wild
usually
that adults will say that shit to you, like, brother.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the term poor starving artist? This is why.
Yeah. I'm no longer a poor starving artist. I'm just kind of a possibly overfed lower middle class artist.
Yeah. We did promote ourselves to lower middle class starving artists, or not so starving artists anymore.
Yeah. No. Now I just
made
eat
it.
too much. Yeah. We're there, I guess. Yay. But I will say I give most people benefit of the doubt, because like 90 to 95% of people will come through. And the last 5% of people usually come through if I harass them a little bit.
There you go. I was like, that is super optimistic, because
that's been my experience. But this is specifically also this industry.
Freelance artists need to own a baseball bat and know how to smash kneecaps, because good lord, they go hand in hand.
Once I started working for bigger companies, it helped a good bit, I think. And like the people who scout me out for art too, generally the sort of people who will make things good. And I feel bad. Usually I'm the weak link there. That's generally why I don't take payment until I'm done, because I'm slow.
The amount of times I have to tell Nathan, I'm like, did you get paid? No, I'm not too worried about it. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, but generally I get paid by the end. I get paid by the end.
Yeah.
But for the most part now, things are pretty smooth sailing. And It's been fun branching into graphic design a bit. I'm not going to talk about myself though. This is the Americana Pipe Dream episode.
Yeah. Lower middle class fancy.
No,
Yes.
we love
We love to hear the W's.
Yeah,
No,
that's what it's all about.
The boys are all coming up.
Yes.
So,
we have
what-
an LLC now.
Yes, we
Let's
do.
go.
Let's
Don't-
go.
Yeah, the business
the-
bank account.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yep. The IRS has our number. Yay.
Oh,
we're
God.
official. We were like,
Quarterly tax filings.
yes, we were like a gray market entity for a while and
Yeah.
no longer. Yay.
that is a W as much as it also is an L.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what sucks?
so-
Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is very gay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nathan doesn't even touch the LLC stuff. That's all my ass.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you, yeah. Sweet. So what obviously you guys have the new facility now. Like, how's I think you guys were talking about acquiring, or you just got it last we talked.
So we acquired it just over a year ago now, right?
Oh,
now?
okay, so
No, we acquired it 2 or 3 months after we talked to you guys the first time.
that's
So-
right. That's right.
How is that?
A long time ago.
Yeah,
long
dude.
time.
So
Yeah, it's been a minute.
yeah, speaking of W's, like how's things been coming up for Americana Pipedream with the facility and everything else?
It's been going good. There have been a lot of growing pains.
Yeah.
But
That's a way to put it.
that's just the way that the cookie crumbles when you're going from 500 square foot of basement to a combined 40,000 square feet between 2 locations in 4
Jesus.
years. So,
Logistics.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
It's very expensive. And
Just got our DOT
Yeah.
number today.
we did. Yeah. We had to buy a box truck because with the
2
remodel.
box trucks.
Yeah, we have 2 fucking box trucks. Jesus.
One that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey, the other one looks sweet, so stay winning.
It does. Yeah. But yeah, so we moved into this place probably like 8 or 9 months after we bought it. It took from June to December to move in because permitting, and this man had to rip up all the gross ass carpet and seal the concrete and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So
There's a lot of, like as Logan said, growing pains, especially, it's the first time we've ever bought a commercial building before. So, live and you learn, as they say. But 2, we were guaranteed while buying this building a lot of promises that weren't gifted to us, which is okay. We've maneuvered around them, and which is why even we actually rent another building too, because it was kind of trying to. It just I don't even know how to explain it. It just happened so fast.
yeah, because basically the timeline was after we moved in December of 23, we wanted to get started on the remodel of this place right away. And there were some delays, so we started it later than we would have liked to. But basically what ended up happening was within 5 or 6 months of us moving in, we had to move out of half of the building to make way for the remodel because this place was a dump.
Yeah.
Before
it
this.
was.
Yeah, it was an absolute
And then
dump.
on top of it being a dump, the warehouse portion, it is the warehouse portion now. We needed to put 2 garage doors on the front of the building to be able to intake shipments and outtake shipments. And let me just say, permitting, as along with dealing with the state to approve the permits, is something that I didn't realize could take so much time and is so much of a hassle. Which, I mean, we've realized a lot of it has to do with knowing the right people and involving a little bit of politics, which we also never knew anything and still don't really know much about, to be honest with you. But it put a lot of delays on us being able to fully utilize the building space when we really needed it, which did stagnate our growth a little bit and is still actually stagnating our growth a little bit to what it really could be. However, we're very grateful to even have the building and have the construction technically officially done. Again, still not officially approved by the state.
Joy.
But it's been exciting.
Yeah.
Really exciting.
Yeah, it's been really cool. And within, like I was saying, within a couple months of us moving in here, we had to move half of our operation, not our staff, over to another building that we rented to store all of the raw incoming inventory, sort it, and then truck it from there to here so that we can list it and
Yeah.
send it out and all that good stuff. And that has been a whole journey with learning, how to create a system that results in accurate counts and accurate SKUs and barcodes and labels and inventory allocation in our software,
Oh my
and
God, yeah.
having a
Holy
working
cow.
box truck and putting the right person in charge of that process and hiring the right people to do it, um, a whole journey. And it was interesting too because from April or May of 24 until probably October, November of 24, me and him were at separate buildings.
Yeah, I
Mm.
managed the fulfillment side as along with before we had the box truck, I was the one who dealt with trailering
Mm-hmm.
the inventory with a little, well, it actually is a pretty big trailer. It was like a, what is it, 22-foot snowmobile trailer. We packed that full of surplus
Mm-hmm.
about, uh, what, 8 miles away,
Yeah,
eight,
15, 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes away, and fill that trailer up, then bring it over, allocate it, teach everyone where the stuff is, what the sizes are, all of that, which is one of the reasons we realized once we got into this warehouse and kept growing that there's too many SKUs and too much surplus to memorize. There's no way our brains could. None of us, even you, I think, struggled, and you have the most knowledge on all of it.
I ain't remembering where the all 4,000 SKUs in the warehouse. Oh no.
So we ended up from even finding the logistics aspects of dealing with two different locations, but even realizing that we needed a way to map all of our SKUs individually in our fulfillment warehouse so that we didn't have to memorize a whole new world of surplus every week. Because as
Yeah.
it changes over and as new items come up that we haven't seen in 2 years, or maybe it's something we haven't seen at all, and now have to reteach our entire staff, which at the time was only like 4-ish people, 5-ish people on the fulfillment side,
Mm-hmm.
which is now up to 9 people full time. It just was impossible to constantly on a weekly basis try to continuously memorize when things are being condensed, moved, gone, never seen again, bringing new stuff in, which the software we actually use now is, and it took us, oh my God,
It's pretty good.
it's good. We found a really goated software actually that has worked really well with us called SKU Savvy. It's so savvy.
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Oh, I have no problem sharing that stuff. But,
Yeah, no, they're a good group of guys.
super good group of guys. It's a newer company. They started actually the same year, I believe, we started in business. So they're a new software company. And they're willing to, and they have been working with us on implementing, special features that specifically are tailored to what we need for our business, which is really cool. So it handles kind of all of our warehouse mapping, as along with separate warehouses, even the inventory allocation, even printing the labels, handling the orders, almost everything. It basically
Mhm.
takes Shopify's data and puts it right into theirs and does everything for our fulfillment team through that, which has helped us greatly. Also has allowed us per employee or associate to really maximize the amount of orders we can get. I would say probably increasing their efficiency by 30 to even 40% just by knowing where the stuff is in the warehouse.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you'd spend, I don't know, 20 minutes
God.
looking for an
Yeah.
Alpenflage helmet cover. That probably was right in front of you the entire time.
Yeah, that was a. I'm glad it's over. That's all that I can say about it.
I was
But,
gonna say, like, with your business, like, is there ever a period where everything's like, yes, everything is running like neatly and calmly? Because obviously you're always bringing in completely different products. Like, you have to figure out product descriptions and list them, and all. Like, is it just like a constant chaotic storm with that, or are there like smooth periods?
controlled chaos is the way that I would
Hey,
put it.
yeah.
Sometimes less controlled than other times.
But
But like
controlled chaos.
for example, the Turkish parka,
Oh,
Turkish
God.
parka BR has 49 different sizes, and that's
Oh,
just the Turkish
fuck.
parka. Then you get into the Austrian size chart, and that shit's got like another 50. And then,
Oh,
God
dude,
forbid, talk about the
British
size,
sizing
like,
is fucking
oh,
insane.
yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
understand it.
yeah, like they have a seat measurement for the British pants. What does that
Yeah,
even mean?
and that's
dude.
also the Greeks do that as well. They
Yeah.
have the ass is different sizes. Is it a fat ass or is it a skinny ass? You know?
Is it
I
concave?
appreciate how bespoke the intent was, but like
Mhm.
let me tell you, on the issuing side, when they're handing that stuff out, you literally go into a room and it looks like surplus, brand fucking new. They just force you to wear like 8 different sizes, and they're like, this is taking too long. That one fit the best. Fuck off. So like
What's the
they
point?
don't. Yeah, even the people implementing the system, like it doesn't fucking make sense to. So what the fuck? And then yeah, you mix in different languages. Good luck. So
Mhm.
bless you guys. Holy fuck.
Yeah, like in some
I can't even
cases,
imagine.
like the Turkish and Greek stuff, the tags sometimes they don't even mean anything. They don't correspond
No,
to anything at all, actually.
it took us over a year for was it what did we get from Alice that they sized it by the neck
The
sizing?
Slovenian field shirts.
Oh my gosh, it took us over a year to figure out that the Slovenians size their field shirts as along with parkas by not necessarily the actual size of the jacket, but by the collar slash neck size. And that was the only number on the tag. So it really was meaningless, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Melon head, one of these. Tiny head, one of
Yeah,
what the fuck?
pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, so
Incredible.
implementing SOPs has been really helpful.
Yeah.
Standard operating procedures. That's been a big deal around here recently. I don't know. It's not very sexy, but that's kind of what it.
No. I mean,
It's still
control.
like important.
Yeah,
Oh,
controlled
for sure.
chaos.
Yeah.
Controlled
And
chaos makes a lot of sense for a surplus company. Like,
yeah, but
because like I having worked like a more regular marketing job, like there's just products that are constantly available, or maybe there's an update. Like, but I would eat my gun if I had to list like 400 new things every week.
Yeah, no, it's kind of fun because like I enjoy doing like the product photography and going over to the sorting warehouse and like looking at all the new shit because it's really fun. Like I never know what's gonna be over there. Like one week it could be I don't know like 500 random Russian watches, and the next
Yeah.
week it could be I don't know like a batch of like rare experimental like African camouflage that one of our wholesalers sent us because he does gov contracts for Senegal or some shit. So it's like it's all really cool stuff. It's just the volume can be a bit much sometimes. I
Yeah.
would say.
but
Like I think the max amount of listings I've had to make in a day was probably like 75.
yeah, you handle most of the listings, which
Yeah.
I appreciate. I also appreciate you just for doing the marketing because I having your face on something and being recognized, like even at SHOT Show, being recognized every 15, 20 minutes at SHOT, it's a empowering thing, you know, that you're succeeding, but it also is a mentally draining thing at the same time. And I really appreciate that, you taking over those roles. And both of us really love what we do. And it's different every day, which is the best thing. And as I said, kind of in the beginning of the podcast, you know, we're learning every day, and
Mhm.
that's all we can ask for, is expanding what we know and being able to share that knowledge with entirely our family that we've grown here at Americana Pipe Dream. So it's really, really a cool thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
100%.
I didn't know you still had like a heavy hand in even like listing and product photography, Logan.
Yeah, we still do quite a bit. Like we could delegate quite a lot of this stuff, but it's like, do we
Some
really want to add? You
Yeah,
know.
sometimes as much as it's easier to delegate certain things, like even for instance, ordering a lot of the stuff, like
Mhm.
me and Logan both order majority of the product that comes in.
Mhm.
We do most of the accounts payable still. I mean, all that, like as much as we could delegate a lot of those things, it wouldn't be the same if it wasn't us involved in those things. And honestly, even I take a partake in fulfilling orders still sometimes. Now, not near what
No.
I don't want to take credit because some of you know, especially Ian would say, "Oh, you don't do anything." Come on, but
What do you even do here? Fuck you! I've done every
exactly.
job in this building.
But we, you know, we enjoy it all, and it's really just, as I like to say, it's a blessing, you know, and it's also just really cool that we're even able to be gifted what we can do. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think the personal touch, like if you relegated yourselves to just like kind of owner activities, like the personal touch is still, I think it's a lot of what your marketing is. Like there is a lot of heart and soul in all of the Americana Pipe Dream ads and like content I see from you guys, and like you can tell you guys are having fun, even though like obviously I hope most people can tell there is a lot of effort and a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears that's going on behind the scenes. But like, you guys have built something that you're, rightfully very proud of, enjoying yourselves, and you've built your own future for you and your friends. And it's so cool to see day in, day out.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's exactly what we like to think that we've done.
at least so.
I imagine some days like the warmth of that escapes you just because it's like it's just constant, but it's a seriously like impressive thing, and I love that we get to talk to people like yourselves and show our audience who are a lot of people very similar ages, maybe a little bit younger than us, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh well shit, like maybe I can turn my thing into something that's actually like something I care about doing day in, day out, instead of just wage slave shit.
Oh yeah, and like I think that's been one of the coolest aspects of doing what we do as well. Is like last Saturday I had a meeting, no, last Sunday I had a meeting with our Lithuanian surplus plug, and he was like, I started my little thing like 2 years ago, and it was because I saw that you guys were doing it, and I thought, well, shit, there's no one in Lithuania really doing this, so like
That's cool.
it'd be a pretty easy in for me. And now he works with us, selling us bulk stuff, and he's got
That's
his own
awesome.
retail storefront and stuff. And it's just like I don't know exactly how many stories I've heard like that, but it's been quite a few, and that's been super sick.
Yeah, and we inspire, I mean, anybody, whether it's in the surplus community or it's in new apparel or maybe it's even bikes or cars or whatever, if you're passionate behind it and you want to do something on your own with it, the biggest thing is just go do it, because
Mhm.
that's kind of what we did. As stupid as it may be, and
Yeah.
we didn't succeed the first times we did it. I know people are like, oh, you're only 4 years old. I mean, when I joined the company with Logan, for the first, I'd say 3 months, we were blessed to have, 2 to 3 orders maybe a week.
Mhm.
And that was like a big thing for us for a very long time.
Yeah.
So if there's anyone that is listening that, may have just be starting out and maybe has only had an order or two, or whether it's through Shopify or e-commerce, because that's
Or your
what's
DMs. I
even,
mean, man,
yeah.
yeah.
um, so as even some of the people we work with do, don't give up, because if you give up, then you're giving up on yourself. You have to continue to pursue and adjust and continue to do what you believe in. And just that one, it only takes that one video or that one day for it to really succeed, for it to continue to succeed. Um, I think our first video was didn't even relate to our company, actually. We had a video called the Mistletoe,
Yeah.
and I remember it pretty vividly. It was a mistletoe with was it a rocket launcher on it?
Yeah,
That
so it's
you
a
can
play
explain.
on words with mistletoe, and we posted it like on Christmas Eve. It was a little like plastic model toad with a rocket duct tape to it, and we just put that shit on TikTok, and it got like a couple million views. We were like, "Damn, okay,
And then
cool."
the craziest thing is, though, ever since that video, when we kept doing our normal videos, they started to get more and more views because we had a really boost in following from that. And then it kept just growing from there. And we stuck to a schedule, and we adjusted to kind of what, the comments said a little bit. Didn't listen to all the comments because we didn't want to, bend over backwards to
Yeah.
change who we are and what we want. But at the same time, you have to give the people what they want a little bit. And we just stuck to it, and it really worked out for us. I mean, our thing was Monday through Friday, I believe, for the most
Yeah,
part,
like
for
every
years.
weekday, and then like the Lithuanian guy that I'm talking about, his at on Instagram is executive.surplus, by the way. Cool
Shout
dude.
out.
Yeah. Um, he made his first sale in DMs, I believe, and just sold a guy like a packet of like Lithuanian MREs or something. Um, and that took him a while to get to that point. But starting from that really simple, like relatively inexpensive order, I mean, he's now doing like a bulk load like every quarter with us. That's like probably between 50 and 200 pieces
Holy
of
shit.
stuff that we buy from him and then list ourselves. So like you can make shit happen if you're persistent and you have at least a little bit of an idea of what you're doing. Like you can learn a lot of this stuff. You don't need to have it all like as intrinsic knowledge or even be taught it by someone you know.
Yeah. That's like I hate going down the whole like degree rabbit hole, but did either of you two do college, or did you guys directly jump into this?
Well,
You got a degree.
well, the crazy thing is when we went to college, COVID happened when our first year of college. So it really affected both of our perceptions on one, spending a crap ton of money to be stuck in a dorm room,
Yeah.
which forced me to go to, well, it didn't force me. I chose instead of, I really was going to go to UWM, which is Milwaukee, and it would cost me like 15 to 20,000 almost a semester to go there for the business school, when I could go to our local tech, which is Fox Valley Technical College. And it was comparatively to that basically free, and they had many scholarship opportunities, which I applied for, and I actually got some. And I ended up doing that. So I got a 2-year degree in business applied science is what they call it, but basically business administration, which kind of touched on accounting, a little bit of marketing, a little bit of ethics, a little bit of customer service, a little bit of everything that a basic business would have to deal in. And Logan went for, I believe, to be almost a history teacher is kind of what initially you were going to be at Gettysburg, right?
Yeah, I made a very large error in going to a liberal arts college out east. That was expensive as hell.
To be fair, I feel like your experience was really doomed because of COVID and being stuck in the dorm room.
Yeah, like I'll say, Gettysburg College is a really interesting school, and the professors I had there were fucking phenomenal. Like I took French there for as long as I went there, which was a semester, by the way. Technically alumni, but like my French professor literally she lived in France, native French speaker, really cool. The professors were fucking awesome. It's just the semester by semester tuition was way too much. I told myself like, I'm not going to take out a loan to get a history degree.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay that shit off, and it's going to be a millstone around my neck for the rest of my fucking life. So I dropped out and I came back home, and that's where the story picked up.
Logan and me went to middle school and high school together. Yeah. So we knew each other and our friends knew each other. And before Logan dropped out of school, because my tech school was in my hometown here in Appleton, I ended up getting a house with a bunch of other of my buddies who decided also either not to go to school or decided to go to a local school. Which I believe, I'll just list the names. It was me, Mac Fritz, who is our lead marketing guy. You've probably seen the big ginger guy on our social media. He's one of the most funniest guys I know.
Yeah.
Ivan Brown again, who is actually our manager for our sorting department now. Max Carpenter, who has given me a lot of inspiration over the years, and Demetrius Davis, who is now an actor in Chicago. Well, is it Chicago or is it?
I have no idea.
He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
But we rented a house together, and when Logan dropped out, he kind of reconnected with us because it was only a semester. He went and kind of started living out of the house a little bit. I wouldn't say staying the night there, but
no, hell no.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a shit show.
Yeah.
But he would come over after work almost every day, and we'd shoot the shit back and forth. And, we'd always complain about our jobs and what's going on. And, as any kid in that age is like, school sucks, job sucks.
Yeah.
When are we going to make a lot of money? What's going on?
Yeah.
But Logan had that. he had a page called Historical Military.
Yeah, I started that shit my freshman year of high school.
And
yeah,
it had about 100,000 subscribers at the time and was really popping from high school to middle school really to
freshman year to senior year.
Oh, freshman year to senior. Okay.
Yeah, I kept up on it for 4 years and then kind of fell off once we started the business.
But all of the guys, like all of my friends and myself, were very aware of it. And when Logan would come to the house and kind of complain about the restoration job, we're like, dude, you've got this. He was also sponsored by Disney.
Holy shit.
It was Universal Studios. They sent me a little care package with 1917, the movie.
Same thing.
To post about it, like, promote this. And I was like, cool, sounds good.
Which to me, I saw that as like, if you're being noticed by companies like this, man, like you've got something, you've got an audience.
Influencer.
Yeah,
exactly. And I'm like, if you don't like your job, but you like posting these stories of these historical events, or he would basically find a collage of a bunch of photos and sometimes some memes that he would collage together and tell a story about those historical photos, hence the historical military. And we're like, dude, you should kind of try to sell like stickers and t-shirts like through this, like to these guys. I mean, you got 100,000 people, like some of them are bound to buy them,
That's at least beer money, dude. Come on.
Exactly. And lo and behold, Logan did start doing that, and I don't think it worked out too well off the
t-shirts and
bat.
Stickers were pretty shit, I won't lie, because I was printing the stickers on my printer with sticker paper and cutting them out myself.
Which and to I don't if I remember right, you correct me if I'm wrong, but the following, they weren't monetized beforehand, so all of a sudden he started monetizing this following that didn't follow to be pushed ads, and so I think there was a lot of negative feedback in the community, if I remember right.
Yeah, and it was a lot of international people too. So it was like, don't really want to pay for shipping to get a t-shirt sent
and
to
a sticker.
Yeah, it was kind of silly, but that was kind of the springboard, I guess. Yeah.
And then we had another buddy at the time, and I won't name the name just because I don't, again, want to.
He's doing his own stuff.
He's doing his own stuff, and very good friend of ours as well, and we really wish him the best.
I miss him so much.
But him and Logan kind of sprung off and realized, like, well, what if we create kind of a new page? And that was a suggestion, I believe, of the guys in the house, including myself. We're like, dude, you should start a new page, and instead of monetizing a product to your following, monetize just a new page that is already monetized. And that's where Americana Pipedream was, I think, initially born from. And I think when I got into the company, you guys had about 4,000 followers or something.
It was pretty low, yeah.
I want to say
there was something there for sure.
It was growing, and I was going for business, so I'm like, Logan, why don't I? I'd be love to help you out. Like that's kind of where I'm like, this is up my alleyway. I'll do the business side, and you do the marketing and the storytelling, and it just. Once I got into it, and our buddy, he was in it. I really originally, I think, tried to buy, I want to say, our buddy out of it just because he was kind of working another job at the other time, and
he wanted to go a different direction with what he wanted to do for a career. Yeah,
and there was nothing wrong with that, and it all worked out. And when I got into it, I say it took about 6 months for us, and TikTok became a thing about 3 to 6 months of me getting into it, and I'm like, Logan, we got to make these videos. No more of these collages. We got to do the videos. The videos are what TikToks.
Yeah, and I was initially really against that because I was like, oh, this is kind of cringy. Like I don't like TikTok. I don't use it myself. And it became like the way for us to grow. And Instagram Reels eventually caught up.
Well, Reels wasn't even, I don't think
it wasn't really around back then.
No, it wasn't a thing at all.
No, and then eventually they shit themselves and had to clone it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so when we blew up on TikTok, then Reels became a thing. And then we're like, well, not only can we just post these on TikTok, we can cross post them on all of these platforms that are now doing these short form content. And it was just a gateway. It was honestly, it was a gateway drug to success of consistency, of these funny historical videos. And it was a fun time to do it. Like we all enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And that's kind of how Americana Pipedream just slowly formed. And we've adjusted over the years. We've changed from doing characters to different stories to sets to the videos you guys see today.
Yeah. There's been a lot of developments in the marketing side of things.
Yeah,
for sure.
we really try to stay on top of adjusting to the trends enough that we're not just always pushing the same thing every year, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I remember for a good 6 months, like there was this character called Balaclava Man.
Mhm.
That was our like
It was like our mascot.
yeah.
That was crazy.
And we really fed off that for a while. Then it changed into Logan telling more historical videos to the Surplus, which is where Surplus took a big boost. And Surplus is always a huge thing, but being able to relate that story and connect with a customer, the story to the product itself, and as along with Logan's face being that marketing guy that you would normally see in person, was able to connect that bond with the community and the people that gave us the trust to have someone actually purchase from our site, I would say.
Mhm.
And we've just kind of grown off that, and we've always tried to put the community first before the store. I mean, obviously we run a business, but even if the business wasn't a thing, we would still
I'd still be posting.
yeah, we'd still make
Yeah.
content to satisfy the community, because seeing the reactions to our content itself, which is why even some of our videos don't involve marketing actually at all. We just enjoy doing what we do,
Yeah.
Vibes.
I feel that it's like when you do what you love, you won't work a day in your life, which isn't entirely true. That's not true at all. I actually find if I do too much of what I love, it becomes miserable, and I just kind of
It is also work, in fact.
Yes.
Which we discovered in with Shot Show this year.
Oh, dude.
And last year.
And last year, very much last year.
And the Idaho shoot. We're like, oh, we've been shooting machine guns for days. Why
Yeah.
am I so tired?
Oh, dude, by the last day of that, I was almost nonverbal. When we got to Micah and Charlie's place, I'm like unable to talk, just kind of staring at the wall.
Man.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
no, work is work no matter what it is, even if
Yeah.
you do love it.
which
Yeah.
it's that balance. Everyone needs to find that balance, and it's
Yes.
we've struggled with that balance the 4
Yeah.
years we've been in business, and we're still finding our balance, but
Yeah.
we do love what we do, and that's what matters most. So
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, you guys feel like you're gonna be able to build out a team to a point eventually where, I mean, I guess with growth, it's just a constant fucking thing. Like, you grow some, you need more people. You find the balance. You grow some, you need more people. Kind of a eternal struggle.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's a day in, day out kind of thing. But like there are certain periods of time, like a week or 2 weeks, where it's like, oh yeah, this is really good. And then
Flow state, hell yeah.
yeah, and then
Bingo.
some little thing changes and it's like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Just yeah.
So we're coming up on 2 hours, but one last thing I kind of wanted to hit on was like we don't hear much from Wisconsin, but you guys are all like Wisconsinites. Yeah, you guys like born and raised like
Hell
Wisconsin?
yeah, brother.
Right here in
Hell yeah.
Appleton, both of us.
Oh yeah.
Hell
Ah,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
there,
yeah.
bud.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
jeez.
don't mean to steal the Nathan your Canadian flow there, bud, but we're a little cold over here too,
Have you guys seen Fargo?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love that show. Wisconsin. Oh, shit, Wisconsin. Fuck, I don't know all the America places. It's not like I haven't been here for ages.
All the America plates. It's okay, Nathan. There's 50 of them.
Yeah, it's like
It's
name
it's
a
okay not to
state.
know a few.
I don't know. Delaware. Just Delaware.
No, what I was gonna ask was, and I think I know the answer, but it's worth asking. Like, I don't know how Wisconsin is with regulations, but I've never heard of Wisconsin being like, the freedom, like, say la vie state. Like, do you guys think you'd ever move, or you think you're gonna be like a, we were born here, we'll die in Wisconsin kind of company?
Honestly, I would say that I personally lean more towards the second option, because as much as there are complaints about Wisconsin and Appleton specifically, where we're from, the Fox Valley area, it's a really cool place. There's a lot of really cool people here. And I mean, it's not the most exciting, I'll say that, but like that's not what I'm looking for. I mean, I'm very content
Our jobs are the
doing what I
excitement.
do. Yeah.
And to feed off what Logan just said, we may not have rocky mountains and we may not have warm summer beaches all year round,
Or at
but
all.
but what we do have is good beer, a lot of cheese, very good people, and one of the safest states, I would say, in terms of natural disasters at all, as along with taxes aren't that bad comparatively to other states. We have, I would like to say, a pretty okay government.
Yeah.
As along with, we do have some really cool, even though we don't like have the Rocky Mountains or the California beaches or whatever, we have some really cool national parks and even state parks that, not really many national
The
parks.
nature here is pretty damn good.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, the places you guys shoot out in nature, it's like gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. We're very lucky. The only way that this state could be improved is if we had the UP back.
And I would like a little warmer weather, but that's me.
Yeah.
And that's because I got a bad knee. But if I didn't have the bad knee and I could snowmobile and ski like I used to, I would say otherwise. But
yeah,
it's a beautiful state, and I feel like a lot of locals kind of talk down on it. And even though we are the drunkest state, and a lot of people say all you can do is drink, it's just because that's our Tavern League has given that culture.
That's our largest political lobby, by the way, is alcohol.
Yes.
Yes.
But no, we are a really cool state, and I highly recommend if anyone hasn't been to Wisconsin, even invite you guys to even come out and check us. What we're all about. See what we do here, and we gladly give you a tour of even to give you an idea. Door County is only an hour and a half away from us. That is one of the most beautiful places I've seen. The UP is beautiful, which I know that's part of Michigan, but it should be ours.
Go and take it.
But
God, yeah, I wish.
I think a lot of people just don't like, because you get the winter depression a little bit because of the cold.
Fucks me up. Yep.
It messes with a lot of people, and in turn, I think it affects a lot of people's view on the state. But as for especially the Midwest itself, I'd like to say we're one of the most comfortable states in the Midwest that you could find not just happiness, but be comfortable, and the people are going to welcome you no matter what.
Yeah, cost of living here is pretty good. And
it's cheap.
Honestly, for having a not explicitly gun-friendly state government as well, we have some pretty lax gun laws. I think the only thing that could maybe change that would be an improvement would be constitutional carry, but yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah,
concealed means concealed.
Yeah, if no one sees it, you're chilling. But yeah, Wisconsin's pretty damn good.
I mean, we even have a pretty good relationship with our local PD. To give you an idea, at least I've had some encounters with them, even between the e-bikes, and we've had some other encounters, and they've been great. They actually really like a lot of them like our business. They're like, "Oh, Americana Pipedream, let's go there, bud."
It was funny. Awesome. There was one time Mac and I were filming in downtown Appleton, and a cruiser drove by and flipped their siren for a second, and I was like, "Oh shit, what are we doing wrong?" And he's like, "Yo, AP."
They're just fans. Thank God.
I love that. I love that so much.
Also, one of the only states you can get up to 2 DUIs until it's a what?
Okay, so it takes 8 DUIs in our state to be a felon.
Yeah,
Holy
8
shit.
DUIs.
Yeah,
to be a felon.
In
Not
Texas,
that that's to be proud of, but
in Texas it's 1. It's
Boo, Texas.
Boo, Texas.
That's a tyrannical state.
Yeah. Dude, last time I saw BR down in his neck of the woods, he pulls up and he's got a beer in his hand and he's getting out of the passenger seat. To be clear, the passenger seat of our camera guy's car.
Oh,
and he just looks at me and he's like, "Hey, it's legal."
Yes. one of the states in Appalachia, which you can probably
Yeah,
discern
whichever
by
state we
Google.
were in at the time, I actually can't remember.
Yeah, there's some
Delaware.
where if you're a passenger, you can have an open container, which is as it should be. I'm not operating the vehicle. My camera guy is. We're chilling.
So funny.
I've got a
I
road
wish
soda.
we had that. I
Yeah.
don't believe we have that, but
Yeah.
No, we did not.
Dude, I was driving to the range the other day, and it's like this is the gravel, just a gravel pit in the middle of nowhere, and there's one little gas station right before it, and they just had wine to go. It's like they know exactly what the target market is. This is for booze cruising than shooting guns.
I know you're going to the gravel pit. Want to
Yep.
get a little bit lit?
Oh god.
They look like
I-
juice cartons. Like that goes so hard. I fucking love America.
Idaho is like on another plane of like fuck you. We shot British people for this, which I love. So God bless.
Dude, okay, so we're out at the same gravel pit. Like this is a couple months ago, and we're just a bunch of boys having fun testing the forced reset triggers and whatever. Homeboy pulls up and he goes, "Hey, do you guys have full autos?" Like the sheriff, comes in, lights on, no sirens, not his red and blues, but. And we just look at each other like, "Oh fuck! Like, how do we explain this?" And he just goes,
to make a decision.
"Yeah." He just looks at it and he goes like, "I'm fucking with you. I don't care." Like he,
Oh, that's good, Nathan.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
So anyway, we buried him.
Oh.
Good lord. No,
A lot of forest land around here, boy.
yeah.
Better watch out.
Yeah. No, to get back to Wisconsin, no, it's there's something really cool about building something in your hometown and sticking with it. Like I respect the fuck out of that. Like
Yeah.
if you have the ability to do something, I mean, I'm a complete nomad. I pinged from England to Arizona to Appalachia, and like I'm still trying to figure out exactly where I want to sell. And it's hard when you don't have roots somewhere to like decide where to put down roots. But you guys having family there and friends and history and like really investing in your own community is super cool, and it's something that I really love to see people putting in the effort to make that happen. So yeah, really cool.
Proud to be a Wisconsinite, eh?
Amen.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, sir. Underrated state for sure.
I agree.
Quietly goated Wisconsin.
Amen. Amen.
Well, gents, we're coming up on 2 hours, and I don't want to take too much of your time, but it has been a pleasure to have you guys back.
Yes,
back on the
thank you
show.
for staying on so late with us.
Yeah.
Oh, we love it. Thank you
Oh.
for having us, actually, seriously. And you guys should come
Dude,
check out
always.
Wisconsin
Oh,
yourselves. You're always
I would
welcome.
fucking love that.
Absolutely. No,
Genuinely, sorry, you go on.
Oh no, we'll bring the Art and Wool crew up and then make a thing of it.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
Absolutely. Please.
I was going to say something though that we kind of want to do is just like go see friends and like go around and see people we like and just film an episode up there. And I think that'd be cool. Like we don't get to film video episodes every day, but yeah. Let's save it for
and you guys
occasions.
can see kind of the warehouse too and actually meet the whole team. And I think it'd give you you guys, we've been on the podcast now twice. I think it'd give you a good view of truly
what goes on?
Yeah.
a ride along with Americana Pipedream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll bring some wine to go and we can ride bikes.
That sounds
hell
good.
yeah.
That sounds good.
Fuck yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to hit before we get out of here? Anything you want to share with the audience that you guys have going on, coming up? Anything at all. Doesn't have to be business related. Use the platform.
There is one more thing. In the past couple months, and I don't want to end this on a low note, but for the past couple months, we've had these fucking Chinese scam
Oh, dude, fuck
pages
those guys.
on Facebook and
Oh.
Instagram.
But hey, we finally got them.
I'll get there. Don't worry. But yeah, we've been struggling with this between Meta and an agency that we paid a lot of money to get
A lot
this
of money.
resolved.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I mean that's the cost of protecting customers and brand reputation.
Priceless.
Yeah, 100%. So there is good news on that. But that being said, if you're not shopping on AmericanaPipedream.com, it is not us. We don't have any other domains. And if you're not on, thank you. Yes,
God
free
damn
Tibet.
it.
Free Tibet. If you're not on our actual website and you're not on our verified Instagram page, our legit Facebook page, or TikTok, like it's probably a Chinese guy
check
trying
the
to scam you out
domain.
of your money. And if
Yeah.
like the Norarm Kandahar combat pants are $6, you're not buying a pair of Norarm Kandahar combat pants. You're buying a stolen credit card number.
Ooh.
So good news though, we figured out a way to get them shits removed like as soon as possible.
Fuck yeah.
We have a rep at Meta because our account is verified, and somehow she did not know about this feature, but there's a copyright report form buried within Meta. So if you are a business owner and you're dealing with the same thing, go to this copyright report form, put in a link to your legit copyrighted content, and then the link to the thing spoofing it. They will remove it in 24 hours or less. No questions
cool.
asked. So
Like,
we
I
were
love
able to
that.
nuke. Yeah, we were able to nuke the vast majority of these scam pages and all of the ads that were running at the time that we filed these reports within like a day. So that's
Holy
pretty
shit.
fucking cool. I mean,
And we're going to continue to
yeah,
fight the battle and make sure that the scam pages stay down. And
Mhm.
we do apologize for anyone who has been scammed, and we are doing everything in our power, as Logan just said, to continue to take them down. As long as we've made a ton of progress, but just please check the domain, and even if it's not through our company, if it's any company that, especially if you're pushed an advertisement through Meta individually, check the domain, because what we've seen is about 90% of ads pushed through Meta platforms such as Instagram and Facebook, they are not legitimate businesses that they're pushing the ads for. It's actually a phishing site that's a scam. So just protect yourself while you're out there.
Yeah, that kind of knowledge is very important.
Yeah, that it made me angry for you guys, because I mean, you guys have worked so hard
Me
to
too.
build this incredible brand over the years, and then for like some scammer to rip you off and ruin your reputation one person at a time, like, you know, I've seen the messages you guys have been sharing, and the stories, you know, about people being like, you know, rightfully pissed, not rightfully pissed at you, but rightfully angry, and
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is your company? Hey, every time I've ordered from Americana Pipedream, it's been incredible. An order one time just like evaporated in the mail because it's a big fucking country. Understandably, things go missing. You guys sorted me out like that, like no hassle. I've had nothing but great experiences, and then fucking, you know, these guys making you guys look like assholes. It's like, fuck them. So
I just texted Logan a copy paste. Every time I get a Chinese scammer, I will just send it to them, and like it's the hopefully their door gets kicked in copy paste. It's like every single phrase that flags you to Chinese. Like,
all of the
cybersecurity.
Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
The Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Oh yes.
Taiwan is a country.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Free Tibet.
Incredible.
I've had limited success with that. Only once has anyone ever replied to it. I like to think every other time, just immediately a SWAT team of black clad wearing CCP like political police kick the door open.
No.
I don't think that's entirely true, but it brings me joy.
Hey, if you're trying to rip off my credit card, fuck you. I'm gonna Chinese SWAT you.
Yeah.
That would be the ideal situation, honestly.
Yeah. They never reply to it, so
Presumably dead.
yes.
Yeah.
Nathan has 67 confirmed CCP kills.
Good. Keep
Just
it up,
for-
Nathan.
Yeah.
Speak up.
It's the one way to use communism for good.
God bless and Godspeed.
But yeah, I suppose that's the final message that I had. We've had a lot of stuff happening with that, and I want to take every opportunity that we can to inform people, because that shit sucks.
100%. Well, fortunately, I do have one last thing to end on, so we're not ending on quite a negative note, and that is dad advice from the two of you, as if the audience are all your, like, hopefully you guys don't have kids yet, but imagine you have a little accident out there looking up into your eyes. They're like, Logan, Aiden, please tell me what I need to do with my life.
The biggest thing that I can say, especially for, I would say, anyone who's even younger than us or the same age as us, and it's something that really limited me earlier in my years, especially I'd say in high school and middle school, is please push back to what you think people think of you. Because if you're passionate about it and you believe what you're doing is what makes you happy, you shouldn't let someone else shit on your happiness. Okay. You need to let yourself shine. And who gives a fuck about that one person who doesn't like what you're doing or tells you, oh, that's cringe, or oh, and even like Logan was saying, the TikTok videos and whatnot, oh, he thought they were cringe. Well, the reality is, who cares about those people that think it's cringe? Because those are the people who aren't going to make it out there, that aren't going to consistently try, who aren't going to hammer a video out every day and continuously post on social media to brand either themselves or pursue their dreams. So get past what the haters think of you to basically tap into the people and the community that is going to actually end up supporting you. Because when you get to that point, that's when you realize that who cares? You only live one life, so do what makes you happy. Don't let people dictate what your happiness they think it should be. Only let yourself dictate what you believe it should be.
Amen.
Hell yeah. Take some
I like that.
risks.
If there was one piece of advice that I would give to a child of mine, I would say to seek out difficult experiences. That's what you should do.
I agree.
Yeah, and whether that's like fucking hiking 20 miles and then sleeping outside in the cold for fucking 3 or 4 days, that's great. Um, or building a business, literally anything that you can do to challenge yourself in any way, or just something where it's like, damn, this is incredibly shitty. I am learning from this, and I don't want to be in this situation ever again. That kind of thing is extremely powerful, like we touched on earlier. Um, don't shy away from that stuff. And when you're hit with a difficult situation, like out of nowhere, is be like, damn, well, I'm glad I can deal with this now instead of 5 years from now. Cause like you've already had that experience. You'll know what to do if it happens again, all that kind of stuff.
And you attempted it.
Yes. And you know that you can do it if you succeed. And if you don't succeed, you learn from the failure as well. So
100%. Bucking up.
And
It's worth it.
and really last thing, I don't
Yeah.
mean to continue this on longer. As many people that I've learned over the past 4 years, especially being in business, I've learned that a lot of people think that business just involves money. And one thing that I have personally learned, and Logan I think has learned as well, is that what means more than money is the connections you have, and then the money will follow. Because the connections, one, allow you to get the money, spend the money, and exchange the money for actual valuable things that you care about. And if you don't have those connections, what is the purpose of having money? Because money has no actual value. It's just a piece of paper. So the connections are really what it's all about more than anything. So continue to pursue that. And the more connections you have, the more likely you are to be able to use those connections to pursue your dream of happiness or whatever brings that to you.
Hell yeah.
I like that a lot.
Hell yeah.
Well,
And other than that,
ladies.
that's about. I think that's all. That's all I got. and like and subscribe to the Art and War podcast.
Hell yeah, we love that. Stick around.
Yes,
There'll be more from Americana Pipedream in the future, I'm sure,
Yes.
on this particular platform. So, gentlemen, all the best. Fucking, we love Americana Pipedream. We love our surplus boys, and we love to see you guys continue to succeed. It's badass. It's inspirational, and I mean, we know lots of people are following your footsteps and doing their own thing because they've seen what you guys can do. So, fucking badass. We love to see it. So, thank you guys so much for coming on. Logan and Aiden, everyone, Americana Pipedream. You guys know where to find them. Their links will be in the description. I think our discount code for you guys is still active. People keep on asking me like, "Hey, what was your discount code on AP?" I'm like, Bona.
Yeah, I never turn those
Yeah,
things off.
so. Well, it should be still active. Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Code
So
Boner.
discount code Bona. That was incredible when I get the text from Logan like, what about Bona? I'm like, hell yeah! I can already hear myself saying that with a stiff British upper lip. So let's do it.
Bona. Discount code Bona for 10% off at Americana Pipedream. Get your DPM.
Lovely, lovely.
Lovely indeed.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Nice, Nathan.